the jankness of actually getting that to start. Like, I was pressing the button, but you have to do it with confidence.
Nice. I thought for sure we were going to spend like 45 minutes trying to get to the store.
Yup.
Thank you.
That is so good. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Austin.
And we're here to play games.
Badly.
Yeah, welcome back to Xenosaga Episode 2. Yes, we were here.
We are here.
Yes, in our last episode, we dealt with... Oh, what was he called? Mr. Leader Reloaded. That was, yeah.
Margulis, yes.
Yeah, so we finished up Old Miltia in the last episode, which has transformed due to crazy story events. If you missed the last episode, I highly recommend you go check it out.
Yeah, there was a lot to unpack from that last episode.
Yeah, quite a lot. And we'll be doing a little bit of unpacking here as we kind of run around, but we are back to Global Samaritan Campaign. Oh, yeah. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of them to go. And we are not going to be completing all of these before we head to the game's final dungeon. A lot of these you can only complete in the post-game of Xenosaga Episode 2. So don't worry, it's not going to be even as many as our last jaunt into the GS campaign, although some of these might take some time. It's been a while since I've done these. So yeah, we will get into it here. Let's see. So we're on the Elsa. We are able to go... we did get the Submerged City and Labyrinthos unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're going to need to go ahead and, just like with the Submerged City, we're going to need to open up the final dungeon and go there and then leave.
Yes.
So let's do it. We'll get a little preview of the final dungeon. Yes! The Omega system.
Oh, man.
Okay, Tony, hit it.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just looking over this a lot. Whew.
So crazy looking.
Proto Omega.
Proto Omega. All right. Well, that's the entire intro of the final dungeon. Isn't that cool? All right. So
that's a little sad after all that buildup. That the sad is just whoosh. Okay, we're here.
Yeah. So we have Omega System, Second Miltia, and the Kukai Foundation available as destinations. Okay, yeah. So we need to go ahead and board ES in order to unlock all the GS campaigns we want to do here.
Yep. I'm gonna appear. We gotta appear inside the Omega System, which will trigger the rest of the stuff that we can do before defeating that one.
Let's go.
And another reminder about Kukai and Durandal: when you set course for Kukai, you will get on the Durandal first, so you will need to take the freighter which travels between Kukai and Durandal. Yeah, we already know all that.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah. And yeah, we're gonna be hearing a lot of that song when we get into the final dungeon proper here. So.
That's a cool song, but I feel like that would grate on me just a little bit.
It's slightly grating. A lot of the rest of this soundtrack I like a lot more personally, but okay. So we need to go back to Second Miltia, and we're gonna go ahead and start with opening segment address 9 at Jin's house.
Woohoo!
Second Miltia.
Tony. Hey, Tony, hit it.
Tony, you moron!
What are you talking about, you moron?
Oh, man.
Is Captain Matthews in the third Xenosaga?
Maybe. Unless everybody dies. Yeah, he's in the third one.
I was gonna say, yeah, I guess the everybody dies thing could happen.
You never know.
But
Maybe
at
nobody in this cast.
It's fair.
It is funny because there was a plan at one point, and we talked about this a little bit, to move to a different cast of characters as they were going through Xenosaga, kind of make it a little bit of an anthology.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen. Pretty much, this is Shion's group for the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
Shion and Junior's group, I suppose.
It's a Junior's group with Shion tagging along.
In this one, it is.
Does it focus back on Shion again in the third one?
Secret Key 4.
I would hope so, given her alleged importance with the Y data, which hasn't really been touched much in this one.
It's probably best to think of Shion and Junior as dual protagonists. And we can finally do this. Woohoo!
EP regen.
There we go. We got all of level 1 completed. I'm gonna do that for party right now. Whoops, it's level 4. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing, sort of. EP regen. Look at that. Less points. No, I don't.
Okay. As long as it's clear.
Yeah.
All right, so we're heading towards Sector 26, our treasure inn, second floor.
Good.
We're gonna talk to Margoyles.
Margoyles.
That's how it looks like it's spelled, at least.
It is indeed. His name is probably Margoyles. Margoyles?
Margoyles.
Yep.
Just made me think of Gargoyles, the show.
Good show.
It was. That might be mostly nostalgia talking, but I feel like it was good.
There were several voice cast members from Star Trek The Next Generation in Gargoyles.
Wait, really?
Most notably, Jonathan Frakes.
Does he play the bad guy?
I don't know who he plays.
Okay. Well, now I gotta go find it. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Animated series. David Xanatos. I think that's the bad guy.
All right. Yeah, we're going down to the Foundation.
Marina Sirtis was also in it? Wow. Okay.
Like I said, quite a few TNG cast members are in Gargoyles.
Huh. Coyote, too. Interesting. David Xanatos.
David Xanatos.
Yeah. Goliath, Hudson, Brooklyn, Lexington, Broadway, Bronx, Angela, Fudong, Katana, Nashville, Eduardo. I forgot about Eduardo. Othello, Desdemona.
All right, so you're going to our treasure inn, second floor. What do you think this is, a street? All right, so second floor. And we can talk to gargoyles up here.
Yeah. The Pack are mercenaries organized by Xanatos,
The Pack.
which Coyote was voiced by Jonathan Frakes.
You gargoyles? He is.
Yes. Oh, it's you again. You're pretty strange to come to see this old man over and over again. Fine, I'll tell you what's troubling me. 10 years ago, I was an unpopular musician. No matter how many songs I released, none of them became a hit, and I thought about quitting. Then I happened to pick up a music box on a trip to the Foundation. Its sound was noble yet affectionate, healing the heart of all its ears. It's called the Song of Healing. Maybe you've heard of it. Touched by that sound, I began to write a new song. After that, every song I wrote became a big hit, and that music box has been that energy powering my creativity. Unfortunately, it broke the other day. Do you think you can find a music box just like it for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I entrust the search for the music box of my memories to you.
Oh boy. All right. I gotta go to King's Place.
Yeah. I forgot the Illuminati were part of Gargoyles. Oh, man. There's a lot that happens in that show.
In case you guys were curious about the silence that's Austin reading about gargoyles, I knew what was going on.
I'm sorry. I get distracted by this stuff.
Yeah.
I just wanted to find the description of David Xanatos to make absolutely sure I was right.
I never ended up watching that show when I was a kid, so I knew about it, but I think my parents were like, it's too scary, so I didn't end up watching it.
The whole premise is so ridiculous too because, well, okay, I say that, but given our social climate in the US, maybe not as far of a stretch as it used to be. The man, David Xanatos, the billionaire and CEO of Xanatos Enterprises, literally finds a castle, like Macbeth Castle or whatever, and hires people to move it from its location to the top of a building in New York. And the gargoyles got pulled along with it, which is why they ended up in New York to begin with. And it's a whole thing.
And now they have
and
to
at the time, at the time growing up, I was like, that's ridiculous. Nobody would pay or be able to afford helicopters to pick up this castle. And now I'm like, well, billionaires, rockets to the moon, nah. Anyway, I'll stop being distracted by an old show. I apologize.
I don't know. I'm entertained, so
All that to say, go watch it if you haven't. It's a fun ride. You'll have several moments where you're just like, what?
There's a board game too. There's a Gargoyles board game.
Is there really? I didn't know that. That's amazing.
I'm gonna play it pretty soon.
What's that? You want that music box I was talking about before? You've got a great timing. I was just thinking of giving it to someone. Here, you go. This is what you wanted, right?
Yep.
Here, you go. You obtained a music box.
Thank you.
This one's got Faith of the Heart. It's a great song. I went to the trouble of fixing it, so make sure a lot of people get to hear it.
Aye.
'Cause I got faith of the heart. You gonna break it finally?
No, I wanted to talk to him, but I can't talk to him.
Is there a GS campaign where you can talk to him? Because that would be great to have him revisited.
There might be. I would be very, very amused if there were. I don't remember.
It would only be icing on the cake if there was also another take a picture of the character and Alan's head's floating mysteriously in ethereal nature over Shion.
Even happening with that?
I don't know.
That was the weirdest moment.
Because it's implied that he's a ghost haunting her, but it's just maybe his worry for Shion manifested in such a way that it took on an ethereal entity quality.
Yeah, maybe it was she was hearing it in her head or something and could picture his face or I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
It was such a ridiculous moment. I loved it.
Hey, buddy. This is the easiest GS quest ever.
Don't worry, they get so much worse from here. Oh, you found one. This is just like the music box I had. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh,
From
boy,
now on,
we
you call
have
me
to...
the Lion.
We're gonna get our next Kaiser part soon.
With this, I'll be able to create beautiful music again. I know it's not much, but please take this.
Thanks.
Iron
Woohoo.
4 sheet music. Now, no time to lose. I must begin composing at once. I call it the inverted song of time.
No. No. The reverse song of healing. Gets worse.
Yep. The inverted song of time at least has a use, right? We'll just slow down time for the next 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And the reverse song of healing just sounds deadly.
Indeed. Very creepy.
It's a curse. Okay, with the music score, head to the Iron Man bar. We'll examine the piano and play it.
Only once I save my game. All right.
Okay.
Gotta play
By
the
doing
piano.
so, we'll reveal another segment address.
Yes.
And we have the decoder for it, so we can go ahead and get it.
Fantastic. Where's the piano? I'm going the wrong way. I guess it's on the other side. Hey, buddy.
I think the piano's on the left side.
There it is.
Yep.
Excuse me. Jeez.
I like that Bonnie is still here, as so is the cat.
Yep. All the continuity. Here we go. Let's go. Iron 4 theme
Playing
song.
the Iron 4 theme song.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Nobody's gonna wonder why the whole thing moved.
Everybody just goes about their lives.
Yep. Oh, it's just another day at the Iron Man place. It's fine.
Uh-huh. Robot part, right leg. And decoder 3.
That looked like boots.
They're robot legs.
But no, it's just one leg.
They're robot leg.
Maybe the right leg is 2 boots.
That is 1 legs. All right. So...
Okay.
Complete. Ooh, we can get that one. All right.
Yep.
We're getting through these when we need that one still. Or that one.
We're about to pick up decoder 3. Oh no, we just picked up decoder 3.
Yep.
Yeah. We gotta go back to the Treasure Inn, and we must have a male cur in the lead.
Great.
Junior, you're up. All right, so...
Gonna head to the roof.
Our treasure in. All right, let's get out of here.
Head to the roof and talk to Camille. She's dressed all in green.
Camille.
This is an Kaiser reminder. This GS campaign that affects a part of how the Kaiser will be built. This campaign affects types of Kaiser's head, but unlike the arm, it doesn't affect the type of damage summon will do. Arms determine the damage type.
I'm pretty sure only arms affect anything.
I think it may just be visual.
I think that's correct, yeah.
Still, we'll do our best.
Yep. If we can complete her minigame in 5 attempts or less, we'll get type A.
Okay. Sounds good.
We have to fix the roof within 60 seconds
Sounds spectacular.
by pressing the circle button repeatedly.
And being MacGyver-ish. Wait, we need to go up.
Yep. So there'll be 10 cracks in total that we'll have to hammer on. 4 on the upper level, 6 on the lower.
Hey!
It's cool seeing the stars from there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there. You came to help, right? What I want you to do is repair this roof. Why don't I do it myself? Well, it's kind of an embarrassing story, but I dropped my hammer. I looked around for something else to pound nails with, and I found a frying pan. But since I love cooking, I can't bring myself to pound nails with cookware. Well, how about it? Will you fix the roof with this frying pan for me?
Yes, weirdo.
I mean, you could just, leave, go to get a hammer and come back.
Get a hammer. We like,
Nope.
hold on a second. We come back with a hammer. Like, I have a hammer. Oh, thanks. Here's your reward. Anyway.
You wouldn't even have to leave. Kos-mos would just be like, Shion, should I use the hammer augmentation I have on my...
Use the R hammer on the roof. The roof
Right.
collapses. Oh, wrong. Anyway.
Whoops, that's too much.
There's a crater here now. That's fine.
Frying pans, who knew?
Hmm?
Really? Are you sure, sweetie? Oh, you're such a sweetie. No, I'm not sure, but I'll do it anyway.
Oh, let's go.
Start! That's the thing it's missing.
Start. Yeah.
Yep. Just let me know when you're ready.
What is that
That's probably
from?
a good thing it isn't.
Mario Party? Start. Yeah.
Mario Party or like old Mario Karts.
Okay.
Might
Yeah.
have had it too.
Yeah. I could see it.
I think it's Mario Party.
Letting you. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it looks like you're ready. Then I'll explain how to repair the roof. Go to the scaffold below, and you'll see places where the roof is damaged. Stand in front of those spots and press O repeatedly. That will eventually fix the holes. Once you've fixed all of them, you're done. If you don't fix them all within 1 minute, though, they'll all come back, so be careful. Anyway, just pound that circle, sweetie. Here you go. Just
Cool.
pound it out.
All
It's
right.
fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Pound it out.
I have a frying pan.
Yep, there's 4 cracks at the top and 6 at the bottom.
What? I don't even
I think
see.
I think those are the cracks there, the black spots.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Weird. All right.
Yep. This is a weird mini game. I don't.
I wish I
Why
could.
does everybody have time limits on their work? I don't understand.
I wish I could explain how weird that was. Just like the jankness of actually getting that to start. Like I was pressing the button, but you have to do it with confidence.
Apparently, yes. I have confidence in frying pans.
Oh my god, it's about to be out of time. Come on.
It'll be close.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh my, has it been a minute already? Hey, that's not too shabby.
I think we were right on the line.
Oh, nice.
Succeeded.
You probably had like 0.01 seconds left. You didn't think I was going to make you do it for free, did you, dear? Here you go.
Decoder
You
13.
obtained Decoder 13.
Thank you.
Hey, you're pretty good for a rookie. Keep helping people. Keep helping out people like when you find them. People helping people. That's what the Foundation residents value the most.
You all right there?
No.
Oh,
Dude, my brain's been in such a fog the last few days. It's bad.
oh no.
So if I start just reading words that don't exist, I promise I'm still awake this time.
This time.
This time, yes. To be fair, I haven't had any issues for over a year. But if anybody who watched our videos last year, especially certain Skies of Arcadia episodes, which shall go unnamed, there was definitely a section I was reading that I was not awake for, at least a part of it.
Yeah. That's true. I was just
And
like,
honestly,
what do you...
Given how it turned out, I feel like I did remarkably well for reading in my sleep.
It turned out well for you not being conscious. Yes. Very
Yes.
well. Oh boy.
If you want to know which one it is, go watch our Skies of Arcadia playthrough and see if you can figure it out.
Yup.
Leave a comment on the episode you think it is. Or leave a comment here on which episode you think it is. Or both.
Or both. Why not?
Yep. That way we know you watched the video.
So, yeah. Do you have any questions and or thoughts from the craziness from the last episode, now that we've had a little bit of time for it to sink in?
Oh, brother. Oh, that's a lot.
Pit.
Yeah, okay. Let me review my notes because I actually have several. Of course, one of the bullet points is just why the heck did the planet hatch? So
You know.
we'll get to that. All right, so one thing is that we talked. Oh, I gotta read. I gotta read first.
Yeah,
not
hang
my
on.
notes.
Oh no, something terrible happened. I worked at Vector's 2nd Division. I wanted to show my son where I work, so I got special permission for him to come see the inside of 2nd Division. But I took my eyes off him for just a second, and he activated an encephalon dive calibration bed. I immediately tried to stop the program and pulled my son back, but something inside the encephalon is blocking forced shutdowns. I'm not trained, so I can't dive into the encephalon to bring back my son. Please, would you dive into the encephalon and bring him back?
Yes, you idiot. All right.
Thank you so much.
Kids just be pressing whatever buttons they could find. Doesn't matter.
I mean, if you're going into a building like Vector,
Yeah.
you should have a close eye on your child at all times.
Yes.
Even I don't know exactly where my son dove. The last time I saw him, he said, I'd rather go to a toy store than this place, so maybe he went somewhere related to toys. That's just a guess, though. Oh, I know. That famous toy store, Toys Universe. If you can find the toy store in the encephalon somewhere, he may be there. Fortunately, I had the key to the toy store recreated. If you use the number printed on the key, you may be able to release the code lock and enter the toy store warehouse. Let me give it to you.
Finally, we can go to the toy store.
That was a lot of toy store in the. Oh, there's still more.
Where the encephalon is that toy store warehouse? I think it's by their famous star logo. Please save my son.
All right.
Toy Store!
Okay.
Iron Man bar. Okay, yeah. There
Gotta
we
go into the encephalon.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we finally get some resolution to Kanan's issue. We still don't know what the big black thing is that blocked all of his data access to begin with, but
We do not. Yep.
Udu is where I'm at right now with that. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, it's got a similar presence, just like a weird,
Yeah.
ominous cloud.
Yep. Which, side note, Udu is often portrayed in like a purpley magenta color.
True.
And I am curious if there is a significance to that color choice. And the only reason I ask this is because I was watching K-pop Demon Hunters with my wife like a week ago, and it was, first of all, that movie is actually really good. Like, you would think it's just to have a laugh. I mean, it's got funny moments in it for sure, but it's got good music. It's got a good storyline. There's some really interesting things happening in it. Go watch it for those who haven't. But in the movie, there is, because they're demon hunters, I can at least say that much. There is like the head demon who is kind of a magenta purpley color. And so I am curious if the color, because we talked about this, I think, last episode, how there are certain types of aesthetics, colors, character models, that kind of stuff that relay a specific,
4949.
communicate a specific thing, right? I am wondering if the magenta purple color like that is meant to invoke evil when you see it. Or if there's a significance to that color specifically in association with like demons or evil or something like that, right? Now again, K-pop is Korean, so it's a different culture, but they are also kind of akin to each other in a lot of ways too. So
a lot of it's not surprising for an evil thing to be portrayed as like reddish, magenta-ish, you know, like, and it kind of gives it this menacing aura to it.
yeah, and purple is also a common evil color, especially when in tandem with like black. It's not always the case, but like
Often.
purple is often. And it's usually more like magical arcane evil, whereas red is more like physical power.
Yes.
And then you have green, which is, you know, a
I will
whole nother
proceed
thing.
to
Anyway,
eliminate the enemy threat.
complete side tangent, was just kind of curious. But anyway, so we've got we've got Kanan. He's got
Let's
this
call it a day.
data locked in his mind, and we're finally getting access to it through the like the central hub in Labyrinthos.
Right.
And it's all about this mastermind behind the Milshin conflict.
Right.
And what I find really interesting, there's not really questions here. These are kind of observations that we'll probably have questions thrown in as we discuss it. But
Yeah.
what's really interesting here is that Jin, while he's unblocking this data, is like, actually what this data contains is this information.
Yes.
And maybe he's familiar with it because he was probably looking at it while he was trying to transfer it over to his sci-fi flash drive.
Yeah, I think he knew generally what was on it, but didn't know all the like who the mastermind was, or was trying to get
I wonder
proof.
how long you'll survive.
Yeah. So, but just the way he talks about it, he's like, everybody thinks it's Joachim Mizrahi, but
Take this.
it wasn't.
Right.
And so
I'll be
we
sure to
really
send
get
you
a
some
breakdown
flowers.
of what UTIC is. So up until this point, UTIC was just an evil organization.
Yep.
They were militaristic, they were aggressive, they were after the emulator, and they were all about getting in everybody's way to serve their own goals.
Right.
And really at this point, they still that because of what we're going to discuss in a minute. But like, but we learned that they were originally part of the Federation,
I will
which
proceed
explains a
to
lot
eliminate
actually,
the
because I
enemy
was
threat.
like, why? Because we had a scene where UTIC came in when Xion and
I'll be sure to send
Evan?
you some flowers.
Kevin was the director. Kevin Winnicott, is that his name?
Kevin Winnicott, that's right.
I'm surprised I remembered that. But Kevin and Xion were both working at the Vector Lab on, I guess, Second Miltia or something, wherever they were. And Kos-mos went insane because of what we learned Trenkov did or whatever.
Right.
And so at that time, UTIC was, I think, more so a part of the Federation. Maybe not, but they seemed to be tied as a part of Federation behavior. I don't know. There was some kind of familiarity that the people had with them. So loose connections. Anyway, irrelevant. They were part of the Federation. They were designed to be a scientific study group. They were studying the Zohar, trying to find ways to take advantage of it to, I would assume, benefit mankind. And then was eventually converted into a military org. Now, I may be misremembering this or mishearing what Jin said at this point, but it sounded like he said, like Jin said, that it was converted into a military organization by Mizrahi.
Right.
So I'm not sure what happened to require Mizrahi to think this needs to be a military organization and not just for studying the Zohar. But in the process of revealing all this information, Jin asks some really good questions, because he's like, to have a military organization, which means training and weapons and armor and all of this stuff, it requires funding. Who was funding UTIC, right? Because they were basically operating in a donation-based process for a while.
They were, yeah.
And the conclusion was the leader of the Hyams company. Heinlein.
Heinlein. Cardinal Heinlein.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
So, a note about this campaign. You need to go to Old Miltia. You can go to Toys Universe in Submerged City, and this Gnosis will be there in both places. But if you go to Submerged City, you will fail the campaign. Don't do that. Go here to Old Miltia and fight them in this. When I was entering, it said, you can only use this key in one place. That means if you go to use it in Submerged City, you can't come here. It's technically the same place in 2 different time frames, but go here.
Yeah, the other thing to note here is you can run away from this encounter, which if you would like to farm skill upgrade ease, you should do that. Use Pocket Rare and then run away. We're going to use Pocket Rare and probably Psycho Pocket on this boss, but just use the escape ether with either Kos-mos or Shion or Momo, and then fight it again, and you could just farm them up. I'm not concerned about it, considering where we are with skill points. But yeah, definitely do that if you want to.
That's a messed up looking creature.
Yep.
Why are you doing this?
BB. Stop first.
Yeah. So we learn about Hyams, we learn about Heinlein, we learn that leaders of Hyams are cardinals of the immigrant fleet, which is a separate entity from Utic, technically.
So, when Jen was talking about it, there are a bunch of dummy corporations, one of which isn't a dummy corporation, that's the Hyams Corporation.
Right.
So, Hyams is under the command of Cardinal Heinlein, but if you recall, the religious organization we now know about is Ormus. And they are
Right.
associated with the immigrant fleet as well.
Yeah, so they're synonymous in a lot of ways, as far as my understanding goes, is that immigrant fleet and Ormus are just kind of like the same thing.
Correct.
I forgot they were called Ormus.
Yep.
Already.
Scope grade E.
But yeah, so through the use of their wealth, these dummy corporations, all of that, Utic has essentially become the shell that is the Ormus religion, the immigrant fleet. And so they're just a branch of what their activity is, a mask, if you will.
Yeah.
And so they're not just neck deep in these shenanigans. This is what I wrote at the time, and then we got additional cutscenes to clarify even more.
Mm-hmm.
But what I find interesting and what I appreciate is that Mizrahi wasn't actually a psychopath. He wasn't a madman.
Right.
He was a highly intelligent individual who realized something was wrong and he needed to find a way to fix it.
That's right.
And the decision that he made was to essentially reduce the amount of damage that could be done with what the immigrant fleet was doing. So I'm still not entirely sure what's happening there. So the Milshin conflict, Ormus does something regarding the Zohar, which causes, I guess, the Song of Nephilim to play, which causes the URTVs to go insane, and everything's just falling apart. There's some kind of cataclysmic event happening.
Right.
And
Bye-bye.
Mizrahi takes action to stop that from happening. We don't really know the exact details of what he does, but the basic gist is he finds a way to essentially cut Milsha off from the UMN network access-wise. People cannot access him. They said swallowed by the abyss, but I don't think that does the planet disappear, or they just don't have like the coordinates to it anymore, essentially.
The way it's been portrayed is confusing. So that's a very good question. It has been referred to as the gate being encrypted, and they can't decrypt it without the data they need.
Right.
However, it's also referred to as sealed off, and the abyss is associated with that seal. So I think it's not only that you need the gate to get to it, but it's also like sealed in some weird metaphysical way. It's not anymore, obviously, but yeah.
And part of the reason...
Yeah, because there's the navigational issue, but it was also like, it was weird. It was just weirdly sealed off in a way to where you just can't get to it conventionally.
Right.
Oh, that was so scary. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm diving out and going back to Dad.
All right, bye, Henry. Why didn't you do that before? Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, I know, right? If it truly was like thrown into this pocket dimension known as the Abyss. Jin referred to the two black holes that the Orma stronghold was nestled cozily in between as the Abyss as well.
Yes, they're the same thing.
Okay. So that's an interesting thing. And is the assumption that Lost Jerusalem is also kind of in an abyss, since it just doesn't exist on like any of their star maps and stuff?
It's a good question.
Because it's like a hole. It's like an actual hole in their galactic map. Like there's just no stars. There's nothing. It's just a blank space.
It's very similar, is the way I'll say that. We don't have data about Lost Jerusalem other than that it's lost at the moment, because the focus has been returning to Milsha, because that's where the Zohar is, which is much more important than Lost Jerusalem's location for the moment. But now that we have the Zohar, so, you know, Lost Jerusalem still, you know, it's a little Chekhov's gun-ish at the moment, right? We gotta deal with it at some point, probably.
Right. Well, we don't have the Zohar either. It's in Proto-Omega or
Look
something.
how happy they are.
I know, right?
Hey, guys.
But yeah, ultimately Mizrahi made choices to effectively protect the universe from becoming, I would argue, at least another Lost Jerusalem portion of the galaxy or the universe.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if things were to continue to grow in the rate that is implied, especially at this point, you're basically creating another cataclysm that requires people to flee.
Right. So basically, with what was going on, what we know right now is that something was going on that was going to get really, really bad for a lot of people. And it was going to expand out from Milsha and affect more like the universe or, you know, some kind of galactic threat. Mizrahi said, I'm going to do all this stupid crap and it's going to be terrible for Milsha, but it's going to save basically the star cluster, the galaxy.
Right.
We don't know the specifics of that at the moment, but that's essentially what the information is saying to us.
And whatever Ormus was doing awakened Udu, because up until this point, Udu was not a problem, and then something they did awakened Udu and drew the Gnosis's attention to people.
Yes.
Thanks to you, Henry was able to safely dive out of the encephalon.
Oh boy. You will get the reward for this even if you fail the quest. So if you fail it, don't be too concerned, although definitely try to succeed.
What can I possibly say to thank you? Please take this.
Thanks. Level 2 Class H, Inner Peace.
Inner peace. Inner peace.
That stupid son of mine, I'll give him a good talking to so he never does anything like that again.
All right, man. Sounds good. Yeah. Maybe don't leave him unsupervised in Vector 2nd Division.
Yeah.
Okay, so the GS path. This is what it looks like before you go to the final dungeon. So we're missing 13, 21, 24, 28, and 36. Really, 36, you do not even start until you get these other 4 taken care of. But yeah, we're just going to do a little cleanup of things. And one of those is going to be... Inner Peace! Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
Inner Peace is real nice.
For a second there, I thought it said you didn't have enough points. And then I realized it was saying you earned class points.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But now, our big 3 know all of the skills in level 2 and level 1, and with enough skill points, we can do level 3 as well, which will just leave level 4. Junior's a little behind on skill points, so I'll fix that at some point. But then level 4, we still got to get some stuff unlocked here.
Soon.
Yep. But yeah.
We're gonna go take care of some decoders.
Yeah.
What we're doing next looks like.
Yep. Publishing agency. Cool.
And
Oh.
another decoder in the Ormer Stronghold as well.
Oh, we're gonna go to second Miltia.
All right, let's go back in here. All right, so we gotta go back to Durandal and then second Miltia. But yeah, we need to
Unlock segment address 3 and 13.
and then we're gonna, because that's gonna get us some robot parts, and then we're gonna go get that as caught up as we can before we head to the Omega system.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can you one-shot stuff with Erdekaiser again? Because that'd be pretty dope.
Maybe.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. You can.
All these maybes.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Erdekaiser's, from what I remember, is a little different in this game, but it is still got that extreme damage capability to it. I don't remember if you need to like break zone the enemy to do full damage. Like boost and then Erdekaiser. You probably do more damage if you do that, but I don't remember fully, to be honest.
Gotcha.
Okay. Back to second Miltia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad for GS campaign, right?
No, not at all.
Not too many.
Honestly, the longest part will be getting this probably decoder 13 from the Ormer Stronghold.
Yeah.
So yeah, something we also learned about the Ormus group, religion, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Ormus.
He says we finally run into the Patriarch, His Holiness, right?
His Holiness.
And
Indeed.
he's like, he can, first of all, he can like somehow channel the Zohar's power.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting ability.
It is.
I'm assuming proximity is not enough to give people the ability to just channel infinite energy.
Yeah. There are the people of the Zohar. And that's sort of, it's getting into some other stuff, but basically, because of his affiliation and because he's one of his group, he's able to do that. Also, fun little translation note. He's called the Patriarch in the English translation. In Japanese, he's called the Pope. So just to make that a little more explicit.
That makes more sense. I mean, I assumed he was like the head of the religion. So,
Yes.
I mean, at least my understanding of his place in the hierarchy was close.
Well, that's sort of funny considering the scene with Margulis, where he's like, "Holiness, you don't understand. You will be a martyr," and all this stuff. And it's just like, is the Patriarch not in control of this? Like, he seems like he's lost a step here or something. Even though he
Right.
has the Zohar and Proto Omega, and he's in control of all this. Like, he's being treated like he doesn't even like have any power for some reason by Margulis.
Right. Well, that's so. I think it's a separate issue, right? Because he's the Patriarch. He's unnamed, right? He's just Your Holiness and the Patriarch.
He does have a name. I don't remember. I will state what his name is at some point. But
Okay.
currently, his name has not been said.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. Up to this point, we have not been given a name. But anyway, so I think organizationally speaking, Margulis, even though Utic is basically at the beck and call of Ormus,
Right.
Heinlein is
Timeline.
more, he's doing more behind the scenes than I think even Ormus. I think it's even beyond Ormus. Like there's an entity at work behind everything.
Yes.
And so I think Heinlein is using Ormus in the same way that Ormus is using Utic as like a
Interesting.
means to an end.
To what
Right.
end?
That I don't know. What do you do with the Zohar, right?
Yeah.
So
What do you do with the Zohar? Whatever you want, kind of.
yeah, essentially, yeah. I don't. It's like it's such a strong MacGuffin. It could literally do anything, and it would be credible. Just about. So I don't really know the motives there, but I was saying right before that because I
Yeah.
continued on for a minute.
So yeah, technical difficulty aside, we were discussing the Zohar and what you do with it, and it's such a powerful MacGuffin.
Okay,
right?
yeah. So it's such a strong MacGuffin that you could do literally just about anything. It'd be credible.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Yeah.
so I think the TLDR of what I was rambling on about is that I think at the end of it all, Heinlein is playing a 12-dimension chess while the Patriarch is playing regular chess.
Yeah.
And I would bet if I were a betting man, like enough to put money down on something, I would bet that Wilhelm is also very aware of Heinlein and his motives. And that is why pieces are moving on his end as well. That's why he pushed Xion and Kos-mos to Old Miltia with the group. That's why these things are happening. And it would make sense because Nephilim and Chaos seem to know each other as well, and there's some kind of weird celestial connection there. There's a lot going on in the background.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
So yeah, so when the Patriarch inevitably bites it because he's the martyr, quote unquote, that's just moving the pieces along, right?
Yeah,
it's all
fair.
part of the plan.
All according to plan.
Right. But just kind of talking about Ormus a little bit more. Maybe I misunderstood what was being said, but I feel like he said, we've been around since the Messiah, referring to the Christian Messiah is my understanding.
Yeah, that is, he was saying that, yeah, they were around since the Messiah's time. That's right.
Right. So that means they've been around since, like, Jesus' existence, which thousands upon thousands of years is where we're at in this story. And they were destined to, like, guide humanity with the Zohar, alongside the Zohar or whatever. And that's a really interesting, like...
Yeah, I think this story takes place in TC 4647, if I remember right, if memory serves.
Right.
TC is Transcend Christ. That's after the Anno Domini era. I don't remember when it does in like the 23rd century or something like that. It changes to TC, so we're talking nearly 5 millennia since, say, what we refer to as modern times. 7 millennia since the Messiah, given, 0 Anno Domini, all of that.
Okay, so they actually
assuming we're referring to Jesus, of course, yes.
Right, well, it's because of the religious undertones in Xenosaga, I feel like it's a safe connection and assumption to make that they're referring to the Messianic Christ,
right?
The Christian Messiah. So I find it really interesting that AD goes to a point and then they transition from there to TC.
Yep.
As if another big event happened to create that division.
Yeah. What can you think of any big events that may have caused that?
Well, I mean, obviously the Lost Jerusalem, whatever caused that. But it would be a funny implication if, like, because, one of the Christian beliefs is the rapture, the return of Christ, new heaven, new earth, all that stuff.
Yep.
It would be really funny.
Which Christians you ask, of course, but yes.
Right. But the general conservative belief, at least, I'll leave it at that.
There's an eschaton of some kind in end times. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be funny if they were trying to imply that event happened, and this is humanity persisting even after that.
That'd be interesting.
Like Jesus came back, collected his chosen,
his peeps.
right? Because in like Revelation, it talks about the 144,000 selected or chosen or taken or whatever, which is a whole thing that I'm not going to get into right now. But
some groups have taken that very literally. Yes.
Yes. And even if it is meant literally, there's still a lot of context that's ignored around that. So anyway, So it would just be funny if that was the implication, right? That Jesus came back, he grabbed his 144 peeps, he's like, these are mine. You guys can go do what you want. And then 4,000 years after that, right? Like, wow, okay. I don't think that's the case. I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny.
So, one of my notes.
Oh, this is kind of
Just-
cool right here, by the way.
Oh, what is that?
Want to jump in? Yes, I do.
Is this like a shortcut down to other places so you don't have to like travel the whole
Yes,
way? Oh,
it is.
that is so nice. I thought for
Uh-huh.
sure we were going to spend like 45 minutes trying to get to this door.
Yup.
Thank you.
That is so good. Yeah.
But anyway, so we got this cutscene. He's channeling the Zohar, and everybody's like, "We're gonna stop you," and he's like, "Haha, no, you're not," because the patriarch is actually a real bitch, and he eats the Zohar with a giant mobile suit called the Proto Omega. So like, where did Proto Omega come from? Is that something that Mizrahi was working on beforehand to hopefully like channel the power of the Zohar, make use of it, but then he couldn't complete it because everything exploded? Or is this something else happening? Because Jin seemed familiar with it, which tells me he probably was familiar with at least the design process or the thought process behind it in some capacity.
Yeah. I'm gonna go into my chosen sci-fi franchise for a second, but it would really help to have like a conference room meeting where everybody puts their freaking cards on the table. Like, what do you know, Jin? Explain what is happening.
You can't do that because then you don't have plot.
Yeah,
Apparently,
you got to use your words, man. Come on.
nope. The words are everybody is allergic to words, especially Xion.
No, it's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
this-
I rag on this game a lot. I do enjoy it, and I understand that that's a very common plot contrivance. It's just kind of annoying.
it's my least favorite form of conflict is the intentional miscommunication.
Miscommunicate. Yeah, yep.
Like, and it's weird because it's a nuanced take, because there are some types of miscommunication I've seen create conflict in a narrative and it didn't bother me. But I think it's because those people who were fallen into that problem were also quick to be like, okay, hold on, what's going on? Let's talk about this because I am really confused right now. You're mad at me. What did I do? Like, and okay, pseudo conflict, that's what that is. It's a natural part of experience. And honestly, people being really like cagey about stuff is a natural part of human experience. It's just so aggravating that it's used as often as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, some people don't like conflict, right? So it makes sense for there to be shenanigans like that.
Right. Well, and who is causing the problem in that type of conflict makes a difference.
Uh-huh.
Like if you've got a bunch of teenagers having this conversation, I'm a little more prone to be like, that's really annoying, but I get it because that's how teenagers are.
Oh my god, he has a robot on the back of his shirt thing.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's so good.
Yes.
Hey, buddy.
Conversely, Xion is an adult. She's not even like early 20s. She's like mid 20s at least, I think.
Yeah. She's a professional, right?
Right. She has people under her. She's a leader. She has to operate in an adult workspace environment. Use your flippin' words.
Yeah, I have some things to say about that, but we'll handle this first.
I would like to type A leg ether skill earn a quake for Xion, but first there's something I want to tell you.
What is it?
Hey, geezer. Captain, lay off. It's just a little old man. I can't look. Who the hell gave you permission to build something like this inside my ship? See, Professor, I told you. Assistant Scott. Oh, that's a good question there, Sonny. Huh? Huh? Let me ask you this. You approved stage 2 of my grand plan for the mobile fortress Elsa, did you not? Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess the mobile fortress does need a giant robot. You all think so too, right? What?
Of course.
Yeah, I guess it does need a giant robot, huh?
What else would you need?
Yeah, it sure does. Wow, they got converted real fast.
I love
So there
it.
you have it. Huh? Oh, I see.
The professor's logic is flawless.
I mean, it can't be any worse than some people are just good at stuff.
No, because see, I'm fully on board with the professor. Like, of course you need a giant robot with a mobile fortress. Like, yeah, you're right. No arguments at all.
It's actually a stronger argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. You understand too, right, Tony? Yeah, right on.
Right on.
This is great. I never thought that was the reason. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. What the hell are you talking about? Matthew continued to berate the professor for constructing the robot academy inside the Elsa. The professor tried to use his charming ways to talk his way out of the situation, but he was unable to deceive the crew of the Elsa. Now, Professor, how will you get out of this predicament? Find out in the next episode.
By continuing to insist that we need a giant robot. I don't see a problem here. What's wrong with you, Matthews?
Yeah.
You've been drinking today? What are you doing?
I unlocked the Type A head ether skill to earn the beam for Xion, but first, there's something I want to tell you.
Tell me.
I guess this is his way of saying, let me tell you what happened.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate your help in repairing the Elsa and all, but where the hell do you get the money to build this lab? I can't tell you that. Now that I think about it, Professor, when we went out to get parts the other day, you were humming, I'm the Great Matthews, the whole time. Is that why Matthews is such a dad?
Maybe.
Oh no, I thought it was Matthews, but no, the professor is the reason. Oh man, it sounds like we're going to be in debt for a long time. What? Did you... Hey geezer, did you buy parts under my name? There's a good reason. Reason, huh? I better be brilliant or I'm tossing you out of the airlock. I received an odd challenge the other day. It said that he was going to use the encephalon to conquer the world.
What?
That's weird. That doesn't sound very friendly. It was probably just a joke. Or do you have some reason to think it wasn't, geezer? Even someone like the professor would be involved in something like that, right? In fact, I do have such a reason.
Huh?
The Dark Professor. He's the only one who could possibly hold such an evil ambition. Dark Professor.
The Dark Professor.
Oh, no. Damn it, it sounds like we've gotten mixed up in some kind of trouble again. In order to stop his evil doings, I must create a robot that is even more powerful than Erda Kaiser, so I thought being in space would be much more convenient for doing that than staying on the Foundation. The Dark Professor. So the Professor was actually fighting real evil? The crew of the Elsa is more anxious than ever before. Will Matthews allow the Professor to create a giant robot on board the Elsa? Don't take your eyes off the Robot Academy. Bring any robot parts you find to the Professor.
I really wish that we could just bring that story to completion right now. The frickin' Dark Professor. It's so good. Oh man.
It'd be funny if it was just the Professor, but like with a Fu Manchu.
That would be good. I would like that. All right. Let's see.
As far
Yeah.
as stuff goes, I think we're good to head on to Omega, it looks like.
We are, yeah. So, yeah, again, I went over kind of the GS campaign. You should be roughly where I am. If you haven't, like, paid off Matthew's debt at this point, don't sweat it. If you were following along with me, you may have done or looked into the Orgula boss fight. For doing that, I certainly find it to be the most convenient way to do it, even though it's sort of annoying to have to sit in a boss fight for a few hours. But it is a lot faster than the alternative, which requires beating the final boss over and over. But yeah, if you need to do it, you need to do it. So yeah, but yeah, be roughly where I am with GS campaign. At the very least, get Psycho Pocket. But if you don't have it yet, chances are you're doing a challenge run or something. So, you know, more power to you.
Right.
All right. Yes, okay. So let's go ahead. Set this up real quick. There we go.
All right, now we can head to the Omega system.
Nice.
Yeah.
So while we're exploring Omega, we can chit-chat a little bit more.
Yeah, so regarding Shion's inability to use her words, right? I do agree that she's a working professional. She should be able to state things. And in episode 1,
I definitely think that that is an adequate take of her.
but I think what's important here is we're starting to see just how traumatized of a person she is in episode 2.
Yeah, that's true.
And so trauma does weird things to a person, developmentally speaking. Get this gate out of here.
That's cool. I cannot state how much Dina makes me think of the final gears in Xenogears.
Yep.
I don't know if that was intentional, but it's what it makes me think of every time I see it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very cool design. There's a reason I usually will control Dina if I'm given the choice when I'm just running around the map. Although I
Right.
do like Asher and Zebulon as well. I think they're very cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
South again, followed by blowing up a fence. Elevator comes, aboard it. Choose the first option to remain at this level. Kill Anathema. Oh, that's a great name for an enemy. Anathema.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that has a lot of context anyway.
Yeah, it does. I'll check my ES equipment after this.
Yeah. So, speaking of Shion's trauma,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have Cecily and
Cecily
Kat
and Kath. Yep.
and Feb, who wanted Shion to free her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me, is Feb somebody that she knew on Old Milsha before everything went down?
Yes.
Okay. So I
Yeah,
couldn't remember the
it's-
exact connection with Feb specifically.
So it's not stated directly, but Shion has familiarity with Feb. That's annoying. All right. Hopefully this hits.
Was she like a Realian that served her family or something?
That's a very good question.
Because Jin knew her too, and there is this implication that Shion had developed at least an attachment with Feb and her
Yes.
sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And they're Realians, which I don't know. Did we know that beforehand that they were all Realians? I don't remember if that was covered directly.
I believe we may have known that Feb is a Realian. I don't
Okay.
know if it was implied and or outright stated that Cecily and Kath were before.
Right, but they look like Feb, so I think it was a conclusion that we could have made.
Yeah, I agree.
So I had forgotten. So that was a big. I was like, they're Realians. Oh wow, okay. That were attached to the Zohar somehow in these tubes. Like, how long have they been in these life support tubes?
That's a really good question.
Like, I don't know how old they are, but at least 14 years, if not longer. I mean, they were falling apart inside
Yes.
these tubes, and their real names are Cecilia and Catherine, which I don't know what the significance of that is, but I feel like it's important to know the full name versus like Cecily and Kath, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean they were portrayed as children.
oh,
But,
they were. You're right.
which is
I
why
didn't
they
think
were
about those
called-
being the kids. I thought
Yep.
about, oh wow, okay, so that actually has even bigger impact. So now they're no longer like running around in this other world. They've been freed from that existence.
Right. Like, one might term it a cage of fleshly existence.
Sure, their spirits are free.
To wax very Xenogears about it.
Yes, of course.
Let's see.
They've ascended.
Charge, recover. Okay. Anti-beam.
I am curious what their existence there, what purpose that served. Because we talked about it a little bit in the Xenosaga 1.
Right.
But it's not entirely clear how they affected the Zohar. Like, they were clearly there to keep it in check to some degree, but, like, I don't fully get how that was supposed to work.
That's fair, yeah.
And maybe I'm not understanding correctly what was being said there, but...
Yeah, I believe the most we got was that they're part of the system.
Yeah. And it was a part that was tearing them apart over the years, with this perpetual. And so Shion finally pushes past her trauma a little bit and gets Kos-mos to destroy them, mercy kill them, free them from their shackles.
Right.
And that has an impact on the Zohar and what's happening.
It does.
I don't know what that impact is.
Well,
and maybe that's not something we'll learn just yet.
segment address number 17. Decoded. Oh yes, the skill.
But more to the point, it's implied that this is helping Shion heal in some way. It's bringing some closure to that painful past that we don't know anything about. There's a lot about Shion's history that we just don't have. It's like fragments of pieces.
Yes.
That are being pieced together with very, very frayed thread.
So this right here, best ally. This is an ether skill. You're gonna want this for the post-game bosses. Auto revive and recover all HP one time. EP 60. 9,600 skill points just to learn it. So we're finally starting to get some Class D level 4 skills here. And they are a doozy. All of them are very expensive to learn, and they're very powerful skills. So anyway.
Yeah. So it's interesting to kind of work through that. And I am interested to see, if anything, where they take that, because Shion clearly has more to gain from what's happening right now.
True.
It's like, if they just wanted her to, it's not about her just freeing the sisters. Like, because she's like, why me? Why am I the one being picked for this? And Jim was like, well, maybe she just wanted you to have closure. Like, no. Like, that might have been part of it, but no. There is more at stake here than just freeing the sisters. Anybody could have done that.
Yes.
So there's something else happening.
Why did Shion need to be involved?
Right. And, like, this is silly, but, like, why does Shion not need glasses anymore?
Good question.
Why is that never addressed? Like, that might just be an aesthetic choice. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here and say there also might be implications of something else happening too. She also survived a gnosis, so she's clearly got some kind of
Weird.
difference in her. She's not transforming into a gnosis. She suddenly doesn't need glasses anymore. She is being called on by these supernatural beings to do things.
Yes.
She has a tight connection to Kos-mos, and things that involve Kos-mos doing unique stuff that's outside of her purview almost always involve Shion. Like, when her eyes are turning blue, it's almost always, or at least I think it's always been at the crux of keeping Shion safe in some capacity.
Keeping
It's never
Shion
been-
safe.
It's never been just Shion, but, like, every time. Like, Kos-mos is like, I have to go to Shion, and shows up, eyes blue, right? When she absorbed all those gnosis, and she was protecting the humans, but Shion was with them. Xion is a key component
She is.
to Kos-mos's existence.
That's an interesting observation. That you know, whenever she has the eyes blue moment, whenever she's protecting Xion, she's manifesting all this insane power, and that's the purpose of it. Because that certainly is a pattern. That is, you're right to point that out. Okay, we're going one level down.
Yeah. So I don't really have anything else to throw on that because we don't have enough information for her specifically. But
We do not yet.
yeah. But then we have all of that. The Patriarch's like, I have a giant proto omega super duper ES machine.
Proto-Omega. Omega? Proto-Ormus. What?
Who knows? And I guess it acts as like the pilot of whatever the heck explodes out of old Milsha. It's like this giant creature that we're now on.
Yeah, we're making our way through.
Right. That is literally destroyed a planet from the inside out. Like that, if that is a construction, how long did it take to construct? Why is there a planet around it? What is this? It's got some Deus energy from Xenogears.
Yeah, there's that transformation where you're just like, what is happening, right?
Right. And then if things weren't bad enough, Dr. Yuriev shows up. He's like, I've taken over Parliament because screw you guys.
Yep, Dmitry Yuriev. He's always a problem.
And he reveals himself to Junior like, haha, hey Junior, how you doing, son? I didn't think I'd raise such an idiot.
Yup. He's so mustache-twirlingly evil.
Right, but he gives us like a snippet of information that we don't even know if we can fully trust, but he says that there will be an attempt to recontact Udu.
Yes.
And that Junior must stop the target from doing so.
The
and
target.
He's referring to Albedo.
To Albedo.
Yeah, because Junior actually asks, you don't mean Albedo, right? Because even Junior's like, I thought he died, essentially. And he's like, no, he's gonna try again. He's gonna keep trying to contact Udu. He's like, it's a problem. So we're still not done with Albedo, the absolute jerk.
We are not.
And then even beyond that, we talked about a little bit with the Patriarch, is Margulis seems to be making his play, not necessarily to kill the holiness, and it's at the behest of Highline.
Yes.
Is my assumption. But Margulis was just like, I'm not obeying you. Are you kidding me? Have fun with your giant weapon. It is so far beneath me. This is a planet-destroying entity, by the way, but we don't really care, because what we have plans for is even bigger and better.
So, real quick, this little walkway, there's a comment just now about how we cannot cross it on the ES. We can't do anything about that right now. So just move on with your life. Don't worry, we'll be able to do something about it later.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of the end of my notes, but I spent, I don't know, 75% of our episode talking, so I'm going to take a break and drink some water.
Do it. Yeah. I mean, there's certainly a lot of
Lore reveals.
and as many reveals as there have been,
It's created more questions. So, yeah. I mean, it's... I think we go down another level.
Yep, down. Yeah, I think this is the bottom finally. So, should be an anathema. Oh, come here. Haha, you fool. All right.
Okay, I see where we're at now.
Yep. Good. Started with some charge. Yeah, so I have Emax 300 on both of these ESs, so I'm just kind of spamming X-Buster. If you're watching, I use both of the specials that are available to Zebulon as well. I particularly like Aired as a bit of a callback. You know, this ES unit has some visual similarities to Virge from Xenogears, and so this is sort of similar to Aerod's.
Ah, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I liked air rods. Those were cool.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. All right.
You sly dog. You got me monologuing.
I did.
Nah, it's just a lot to unpack, right? And so, as a person who hasn't played through these, hopefully it gives a bit of a fresh perspective of people who are very familiar with it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think the connections that you're drawing are good ones. I'm not going to say if they're correct or not, but they are very good connections.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
No, we don't get to have that fun conversation until after the game's over.
that's right.
Is that an Inquisitor? Or just like,
Ah! Pretty sure I wasn't supposed to do that. Hold on. I want to hit the trap, but he's like standing in front of it. No!
No.
I don't want to board the ES. No, you can't make me.
Here we go. Oh, come on! Whatever.
These are,
Ormus Knights.
You can't get away from my sensors.
and they run very fast. All right,
Yep.
so
Their swords make more sense than the Inquisitor swords do.
Do they?
To me, the length at least. Like,
Fair enough.
Margulis was using a sword that felt like it was half that length.
True.
Which
Margulis
I'm not-
uses a short sword.
Yeah, I'm not saying that short swords aren't viable, but like, a short sword versus a katana.
Yeah, he had to work
Is-
kind of hard to deal with that katana.
Yeah.
Now if it was a gladius.
True. Because, as we all know, those are the best weapons.
They're the best. They're the pinnacle of swords, from what I've heard
Yep.
from reliable sources.
Howard, grant me a miracle.
We're just kidding.
Yep. I mean, if that's your belief, that's fine. But no, we're mostly just trolling a mutual friend of ours.
Yes, they are cool, but yeah, Jin definitely had some length advantage in melee range on Margulis in that scene. It was a very interestingly choreographed scene. There was a lot of anime to it, of course.
hold on. Knight A is BB. Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting because I slowed it down for our thumbnail for it. And so I'm watching each of these clashes. And, at one point, Jin is underhanding this katana and trying to, like, strike at Margulis backhanded, like with his
Right.
back to Margulis. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because the sharp end of a katana would not be on the side he was trying to attack Margulis with.
Eat this.
Right.
So I'm confused by the choice. But it looked
Yeah.
cool, so, it's fine.
That's sort of how underhanding swords generally works. Like, this looks really cool. Does it work? Not really, but it looks cool.
Yeah. There are styles of fighting that take advantage of an underhanded weapon, but it's usually like daggers
Yes.
or like large knives and stuff.
And even then, in a knife fight, generally, it is a good idea to not underhand your dagger unless you're trying to do something specific, like blocking.
Right, yeah, there are specifically designed blades that benefit from doing that, and it's usually in tandem with a secondary weapon, whether it be another sword or something else that you would wield standard handed, right?
Yes.
So, like, a good example is, and it's still very anime, so maybe it's not a great example, but Skies of Arcadia, Vice, has a standard cutlass, and then he has a secondary weapon that he technically wields underhanded, but it's more like a tonfa, and I think it's used more for, like, blocking and then following up, because there are times when he'll use the second weapon as a striking weapon, but when he does that, he switches it to a standard use. and then it goes
Right.
back to being an underhanded weapon.
Right.
So-
So as a tonfa, what you mean is it's got that grip that comes off of the crossguard
Right.
that he holds it by. He doesn't actually use usually the standard grip of his underhand sword.
Right, and I think it's predominantly just to create that like sharp edge against his arm to
Yes.
act as a secondary like strike if necessary. If someone's coming up and he has to block, or if he's pushing against somebody, it creates an extra element of danger for the person that's attacking. So
Reduces wrist fatigue. You don't have to hold a grip that is designed for you to.
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Enemies have been exterminated.
Designed for you to hold the blade in a forward, perhaps guarding and/or creating threat in front of you way.
right.
Yeah, that's I had pressed the button anyway. That was stupid. But yeah, I mean it's interesting. Of course, the best strategy in a real world scenario, if somebody has a knife, you leave, run away.
Yeah. Don't fight is usually
Don't
the
fight.
best way to survive those.
Correct. Yes.
It looks like you can blow up any of those boxes. That'd be fine. One of the crates in the room has a medkit M, and
Okay.
2 crates in the northwest are obstructing the exit, so we'll have to blow them away.
There it is. All right, medkit M. These crates.
That's. I don't even hear the woohoo part. It just sounds like he's going, "Wow!"
It's such a weird angle. Look at that.
Yeah, oh, that is strange. Ooh.
Mm.
Are you squished, Junior? You feeling okay?
We got a Carnicos 2, I believe.
With her on our
Yep.
side, we can't lose.
And a grizzly too.
Grizzly 2 is CB, Carnicos 2 is DC. Oh,
And then. I know we've got a lot more of this game left, but I'm a little sad that the main narrative is wrapping up.
fortunately, we have just been introduced to the Dark Professor.
That's true, and I do look forward to the Dark Professor.
The Professor's storyline in the post game is my favorite part of the post game.
It's the true end game.
It's so good.
He's the real super boss all along.
That's right.
I wanted Greater Joe, but now I want Dark Professor.
Dark Professor!
Although I'll still hold out for Greater Joe too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No, he'd be greater. Great Joe
That'd be
was in
greater.
the last one.
That'd be greater. I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
get it right.
I'm sorry.
And then 3 can have Greatest Joe.
That, yeah, it could. That is a choice that could have been made and may have been made.
I seriously doubt it. But it would be fun if, like, the Xeno series had some kind of Big Joe homage in any of its games, because he's such an interesting character.
Yeah.
Here I go. Bye-bye.
Oh, these enemies take so long to kill.
It's endgame, brother. This is where we're at.
Yep. This is where it's just like, can I get some weapon upgrades? Like, I've been complaining about it the entire game, but like, at this point it's like, okay, I just use all 3 of my fully stocked characters to kill one of these 3 enemies. Like, bro.
We're gonna be here a while.
Yeah. And they're doing reasonably good damage. I guess I could
Yeah.
probably swap out one of Kos-mos' skills to remove swimsuit since she doesn't seem to be dodging much. That might help. Although Momo's taking the most damage.
Yeah. She deals the most damage too, so I guess it's a fair trade, but
Yeah.
Stop
Weird.
hitting me.
frog. Robot thing.
Frogbot.
Robert.
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
Mystic powers.
Okay.
Grant her a miracle.
What?
You heard me.
I did.
I know we just talked about it for like an hour and a half, but if any of you have thoughts about anything we're discussing, feel free to drop it in the comments below.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Definitely, please do that.
Yeah. You know, try to keep reveals from Xeno 3 out of the comment. But
Yeah.
You know.
Those of you that have played Xeno 3, you know how tough that is. But yeah, definitely. Let's keep it to 1 and 2 for now.
for now, don't worry, we'll get through 3 at some point.
We will.
We will get through this and post game, and then likely do something different for an interim, and then we'll get back to it.
Yep. Do we have a I don't know if we've discussed this. I can't remember at the moment, literally. But are we gonna have a poll going up?
We will at some point. We're not ready for that yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
As we get closer, we'll get the poll up, and
Outstanding.
we'll include the mystery box. So if you want us to randomize the choice, pick the mystery box.
We'll do it too.
Yep. I will literally pull out like a D20 or whatever, however many on the list I need, and I'll roll, and we'll just see what we get. Just like I randomized my stats in Elden Ring.
I feel more like a
I should use
combat
dice for
model
that,
these days.
like a D8, but instead I used a random calculator.
You know, same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Here we go.
Random number generator. The analog version.
Indeed. Console. Gotta push the button.
Button!
I like buttons.
Mm-hmm. I haven't said my line this time around, so nothing could possibly go wrong when you hit a red button, right?
That's true.
Enter the green door we ignored before.
Yes, indeed. Green. Let me through.
Gotta kill an Armus Knight.
There's a yellow trap. Maybe we'll actually get it on this Ormus night.
Probably
We'll
not.
see.
He's probably standing in front of it.
What a fool.
Ooh,
They're fighting at us. Anathema on foot. No, just kidding.
Ooh, that'd be awful.
That would be awful.
I really like Ziggy. It's sad that he's been non-existent in this
I'll take care of support.
narrative so far.
Yeah. Yeah, he's I mean, you know, you can use him in battle. Like, he's not bad. He's actually, of the characters that down, he is probably my favorite. I like him more than Chaos in general, I think, because he's just very strong, kind of like Kos-mos.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, just narrative speaking, he doesn't do much. He's just kind of
Yeah.
there.
It's actually worse than it was in Xenosaga 1, which was already kind of bad. Because at least he had his own, like, introduction, and you had, like, the little dungeon you go through with him, and you find Momo, and they introduce the story of these
Yeah.
characters. And then after everybody gets together and they start doing things beyond, like, the cathedral ship, he becomes this one-liner that periodically shows up to be like, hey, don't forget I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would really like to go through the Pied Piper information at some point because, oh jeez, it's important for understanding Ziggy's character.
And we had this awesome, like, hooking cutscene near the beginning of the game when he's getting, like, his work done on him. And you see this robed figure standing over, presumably, his dead child. Blood everywhere. Like, what's going on with that? And again, to your point, Pied Piper, but like,
Yeah,
it's not
and
accessible.
Right. And there is information available about Ziggy in non-Pied Piper sources, such as Episode 3. And I think there's a couple of other, like, maybe visual novel type things going on about Jan Sauer / Ziggy. But it's pretty sparse, and it's not part of kind of the main narrative trilogy, which is unfortunate, because he's a pretty interesting character. You know, and he was introduced as this commentary on transhumanism in a lot of ways.
And then we just didn't talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a conversation about, as sci-fi, how does Xenosaga fare? That we could get into about a lot of that, because a lot of what makes sci-fi so great is that it is that commentary on society as it stands at the moment. And I do think Xenosaga is reasonably conversant with some of those issues. The question I think we have to ask is, how effective is Xenosaga at being conversant with those issues?
I think it would depend on the issue at hand.
Yes. You know, and
I think
having Cherenkov in the first game talk about a lot of this stuff was interesting, but the character work muddles it up a lot, I think.
Sure. Well, and specifically the idea of reconditioning the way they do. For
personality.
Cherenkov.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that has some enormous ethical consequences and implications. Like how do you ethically say we're just going to erase you and hope that fixes you? Like,
and how does the concept of justice apply to that?
Right. Are you even the same person?
Right.
Ugh, I can't even imagine losing memories. Like, I'm forgetful, and being forgetful sucks. But I think obviously, if I didn't have my memories, I wouldn't know that I'm missing them.
True.
But in a very real way, our memories are what define us.
Bye-bye.
That's true.
They're what make us who we are.
Bye-bye.
There's more to it than that, obviously, which is why you can have people who, you know, maintain the sense of self despite the head trauma and everything else. But you also have people who become completely different people when they suffer from like amnesia and stuff, because they're rediscovering all these things that they like, but it's no longer conditioned by their past experiences. And so,
well, not to mention Phineas Gage, right? That personality change due to a brain trauma so extreme that like he had a completely different life afterwards because his personality was just fundamentally different.
Right, which really kind of starts asking the question, like, what creates personality and all that. We could probably talk about this forever, but it's just so interesting. There's a lot of really interesting concepts that are introduced in one that, while I understand why they don't go into it because it's not really pertinent to the narrative, I would love to see an exploration of them.
Right.
I will proceed to eliminate the enemy threat.
In something, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I sort of wonder how much of this. I am pretty sure that a lot of these themes get explored at least somewhat in Xenoblade Chronicles. So I think that would be a really cool game to go through, a game series to go through, and kind of, you know, analyze in that way. You know, similar to what we've been discussing with it.
Yeah.
And I think that would be very intriguing. You know, and if you played Xenoblade, viewers, let us know, like, what do you think about that? I mean, we definitely want to finish up Xenosaga, especially since we're, you know, I'd say gameplay-wise, I'm about halfway through this playthrough, but story-wise and videos-wise, we're approaching, like, we're getting closer to the end. So, I mean, what do you guys think? You know, like, do you want Xenoblade? I assume the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, we've already received comments for Xenoblade especially, and
And do
then
you
we
think-
also
Yeah.
have viewers who really enjoy the Xenosaga series, and so obviously we'll finish that up as well.
And so, do you think that would lead to those sorts of discussions? Or perhaps ones that are just as thematically interesting, but different discussions?
Right. Yeah, we do want to break down concepts and lore and have genuine good reflections on what we're consuming narratively. And so if there's, it doesn't have to even be a Xeno game, if there's some games that you feel like has really good rhetoric that you're like, I would love to hear observations on this, let us know. We'll happily play them. Within
Indeed.
reason, obviously. Like, I'm not
Indeed.
gonna go... There are some games that probably aren't this channel appropriate, but maybe Patreon, who sees? I don't know. So, yeah, love to hear from you
Yes, indeed.
on those things. Either, if no comments, then we'll just keep trucking along like we do, because we play for us just as much as we play for you.
That is true.
It's the only way to do it, really.
Yeah. And hopefully it is clear that I do very much enjoy this series. I will criticize it all
Enjoy
the time.
complaining about it.
I do. I do enjoy complaining about it. It is very fun. But yeah, it is still, I have played through episode 1 and 2 several times.
What am I doing?
And I'm looking, I am looking forward to seeing if another playthrough of episode 3 will change my opinion of it. You know, and we'll get into that for sure. I do have a complicated opinion of episode 3.
You only played through 3 once, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Secret key
Secret
24.
tunnel.
Before curse. Enemy takes as much damage as it causes. Pretty handy, and importantly, is the first class in level 4 that we're able to complete. So,
Sweet.
yep. All right, now we got to unlock another door.
Those barricades look like coffins.
They kind of do. What are all these jerks doing down here?
Getting in the way, obviously.
All right, now we got to backtrack to the ESs. And I believe we had a save point near them, so we should be able to go ahead and wrap things up for this episode.
Sweet.
This final dungeon, viewers, give me your opinion. If you've played episode 2, this final dungeon, every time I've played it, it feels sloggy. And I've never been able to pinpoint exactly why that is. It might be just the combat taking forever. In this dungeon in particular, like the enemies have crescendoed to a level of power to where it's just like, God, why do I have to break them 1,500 times?
Yeah. I can tell you right now, the reason it feels sloggy to me is because every combat slows you down substantially.
Yeah.
Like, just for point of reference, like the guy we use as a reference has like one sentence lines on what to do with different places. It's broken down very interestingly, but regardless, In the last like 20 minutes, I think we've gone through like 3 lines.
Yes.
And in previous dungeons, we'd go through like 15 to 20 before we get bogged down by a fight or something.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think some of the slog is because you're literally slogging through all these enemies that have a lot of HP. They're very spongy.
Yes.
So
Yes, they are. Yeah, we're probably gonna be here for a while. This dungeon has a couple of pretty big bosses that lead up to the final boss, and there's quite a lot to go as far as battles and things like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if next episode and the one after were dedicated to finishing up the Omega system.
right.
So yeah, but we will get there, and yeah, we certainly have the power to do it. The battles aren't taking forever because I'm under-equipped. I am going to go through my skills, make sure everything is good there, you know, and that'll be fine. But we are equipped properly for this. We have gotten powered up. We are definitely leveled appropriately for this. It just takes a while.
Right. Yep. But in the meantime, we are so glad to have you here with us and joining us. And like we've been petitioning forever, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out. Beyond that, we just hope that you're having a wonderful day and that we are super grateful that we get to be a part of it. And we will see you all in the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye-bye now.
Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.